Let's be real. Walking into Marshalls feels like stepping into a game show where every aisle promises a win. You see shelves packed with designer brands, candles that smell like heaven, and kitchen gear you didn't even know existed, but suddenly need. And the best part? It all seems like a steal. But hold on, there's a twist. While you're caught up in the thrill of the hunt, Marshalls is playing a clever little game of its own. And guess what? You might be losing more than you think. Behind those flashy clearance tags and compare at prices are a bunch of retail tricks that are easy to miss, but cost you big time if you do. See, Marshalls isn't just selling you stuff. They're selling strategy, psychological pricing, sneaky product placement, coded markdowns, and even location-based price traps. Yeah, it's a whole system. And unless you know exactly how to read the clues, you're probably overpaying, or even worse, walking right past a way better deal. So, if you're tired of being played, stay with me. I'm about to uncover the secrets Marshalls would never put on a price tag. This is your no-nonsense, real-deal guide to shopping smart, saving money, and outwitting every aisle and associate in the building. Let's kick it off with one of Marshall's oldest tricks in the book, putting the same item in two totally different spots with two totally different prices. No joke. You might find a cozy pair of joggers in the regular aisle, love the fit, and think you scored. But take 10 steps to the clearance rack, and bam, same joggers, different price, just with a yellow sticker instead of a white one. It's not an accident, it's strategic. Most people grab and go, but not us. We scan, double-check, and compare like it's a championship round of budget shopping. Now, about those mysterious clearance stickers. Yes, they actually mean something. Red tags? That's just clearance, not a final deal, just a gentle push to get things moving. But yellow tags? That's the holy grail. Final markdown, deep discount, limited time. They usually show up in January and July when Marshalls is flipping stock. And when they do, they vanish fast. And here's where it gets juicy. Yellow tags often come in layers. You might peel back the sticker and find 1, 2, even 3 older prices underneath. Why? Because they're cutting prices weekly, dropping 10 to 20% each time. So, should you wait for the lowest number? Sometimes. But there's a catch, and I'll break that down next. Here's a truth bomb. Wait too long at Marshalls, and the best stuff is gone. Those yellow tag clearance deals, some never even make it to the hanger. They vanish straight from the cart, or worse, from the hands of someone who beat you by 10 seconds. So if you spot something you love, especially in your size, or that exact shade you've been hunting for, don't overthink it. Waiting for it to drop another $1? That's a gamble you'll probably lose, especially when it comes to the stuff you swear you're not buying more of. Looking at you, throw pillow addicts. We see you. We are you. Now let's go deeper, literally. That price tag, it's not just a number, it's a secret code. Flip it over. Read the tiny print. Some of those tags say things like designer, which means you just hit the jackpot. We're talking real deal brand names, not lookalikes. But fair warning, designer items are usually limited in stock and the first to vanish. On the flip side, you might see a tag that says irregular. Sounds bad, right? Like damaged goods? Don't panic. That label just means the item didn't meet factory perfect standards. Sometimes it's a crooked label. Sometimes it's one wonky seam. And sometimes you literally can't tell anything's off. I once bought jeans marked irregular and spent 5 minutes trying to find the flaw. Turned out one cuff was slightly slanted. For $12 off, that cuff can lean like the Tower of Pisa. Here's the trick. Don't be scared off by that word. Just inspect the item. If the flaw is cosmetic and doesn't mess with comfort or quality, boom, you just scored a deal most people pass on. Now for timing, this part can really change your shopping game. Most folks think, be there when the doors open, first in, best dressed. But that's not the full story. According to actual employees, the best finds don't hit the floor until after opening time. Early morning, the staff is still unloading trucks and restocking. The real shopping sweet spot? Between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. That's when fresh merchandise is finally hitting the racks. Oh, and avoid Mondays like they're lava. The store is still recovering from weekend chaos. You want less mess and more options? Go midweek. Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays are your best friends. Less crowding, more choices, better chance of finding gold before it disappears. Ready for more tricks? Because next, we're getting into something most people never consider. Location. And trust me, It matters more than you think. Here's the tea. Marshalls will never spill. But experienced shoppers? They know. Not every Marshalls is built the same. You ever walk into one location and think, okay, they've actually got good stuff today, and then go to another and it looks like a yard sale gone wrong? You're not imagining it. It's real. Stores in wealthier neighborhoods get better inventory. Full stop. We're talking name brands, designer bags, high-end beauty products, shoes with both laces intact, stuff you'd proudly show off, not just stash in the back of your closet. Why? Because Marshalls tailors its inventory to match the local income level and buying habits. Yep, they literally ship different merchandise depending on the zip code. Higher income equals higher quality stock. So if you're willing to drive 10 or 15 minutes into a more upscale area, your odds of finding premium treasures? Way higher. Same prices, better picks. It's like first-class shopping on an economy ticket. Here's how the pros play it. Treat Marshalls like a treasure map. Look for the places with fancy cars out front, nice landscaping, and shopping centers with stores like Pottery Barn and Whole Foods nearby. That's where the hidden gems are. Untouched designer pieces, better sizes, newer stock, and way less clearance clutter. Now, what if you find something you almost love? If only it weren't a little scuffed, scratched, or slightly imperfect? Don't walk away. That's actually your golden opportunity to negotiate. Seriously, here's the move. If the tag doesn't say as is, you've got room to work. Bring that item to the register or a manager and ask, nicely, if they can offer a discount. No drama, no demands. Just, hey, this has a small flaw. Is there anything you can do on the price? You'd be surprised how often they say yes. I once got 30% off a piece of furniture just because of a small crack that I knew I could fix at home. You don't have to be pushy, just polite. Sales associates deal with dozens of people a day, and trust me, the friendly ones get the favors. It works best on furniture, home decor, or anything that looks like it's taken a bit of a beating. Just remember, if it says as is, that's your final price. No haggling. But otherwise, you've got a shot. All right, now let's get into the fun part. What you should be buying at Marshalls to get the absolute most for your money. Because not everything in the store is a smart buy, but the things that are, chef's kiss. That's up next. Let's kick things off with one word, shoes. And not just any shoes. We're talking name brands, major styles, and markdowns that actually matter. Sure, TJ Maxx holds its ground when it comes to handbags, but when it comes to footwear? Marshalls runs the show. You'll find everything from trendy women's boots to sleek men's sneakers and solid kids' kicks. Brands like Steve Madden, Adidas, and Vince Camuto line the racks, and these aren't outdated leftovers. A lot of the styles are still going for full price at big-name department stores. Meanwhile, at Marshalls, they're just chilling there, waiting for someone who knows a deal when they see one. Now, if you've avoided discount shoe aisles because you picture a graveyard of beat-up clearance rejects, it's time to rewrite that image. The real move is hitting the shoe section midweek, Wednesday or Thursday. That's when the newest stock hits the floor, and you'll have the best chance of finding your size before the bargain hunters descend. And hey, if the name Vince Camuto means nothing to you, congrats, you just saved $85. But trust me, someone in your friend group is about to lose their mind if you tell them you scored a pair at Marshalls. Now let's talk about an unexpected MVP, beauty products. Yes, Marshalls stocks skincare and makeup. And yes, they're legit brands. We're talking MAC, Clinique, NARS, even Sephora exclusives that usually live behind glass counters. Except here, they're sitting in wire baskets next to the bath bombs. But before you start tossing lipsticks in your cart like it's a Black Friday flash sale, pause. Here's the catch. Check the expiration dates, especially for skincare. That discounted moisturizer might have been sitting on a truck longer than your houseplants have been alive. What should you look for? Two things. That little open jar icon on the back of the box, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, that tells you how long it's good for after opening, and any actual expiration dates printed on the packaging. Luckily, on my last few trips, I didn't find a single expired product, so Marshalls might finally be stepping up its beauty game. Still, scan the fine print. Your skin deserves better than expired anti-aging cream. Now, let's nerd out for a second. You ever really look at the price tags at Marshalls? Those random-looking numbers? They're not random. They're part of a secret pricing code. The little 4-digit number in the corner? That's the department code. Doesn't mean much unless you moonlight as a Marshalls employee. But here's where it gets spicy. Some tags have a sneaky number that looks like a price, like 01999. That's the item's original retail value before it landed in the discount bin. Translation? That cute pair of heels used to sell for nearly $200. Now you're snagging it for $59.99. That's not just a deal, it's a flex. And if you're thinking, wait, what else is hidden in these tags? Don't worry. The next section is all about cracking more of Marshall's retail code and spotting the real gems before they're gone. So you spot a price tag that says $19.99 and think, sweet deal. But hold up, that's not the compare it price. That's the real original price, before Marshalls slapped on their discount. But here's where things get juicy. Right next to that price, there's a tiny number inside a box. It might look boring, but it's actually your inside scoop. That number usually tells you when the item arrived at the store, like the week or month it hit the shelves. If that number is low, it's fresh. If it's high, that item's been chilling for a while. And guess what? Stuff that sits for too long gets marked down. So, if you're eyeing something and the arrival number is looking old, it might hit clearance soon. But gamble wisely. Wait too long, and someone else will grab it. Marshalls knows how to test your patience. Alright, since you've stuck with me this far, you're no average shopper. You're about to graduate to elite status, the kind of customer who walks in like a deal-sniffing ninja and walks out with pure gold. So let's finish strong with some next-level hacks. Marshalls definitely doesn't want you mastering. Hack number 1, just ask. Seriously, it's that easy. Most shoppers dig through racks like pirates with no map. But you? You ask an associate, hey, what's new today? Or, did anything good come out this morning? 9 times out of 10, they'll show you exactly where the newest stock is, saving you time and unlocking those first pick treasures before they vanish. Now, if you want to unlock true Marshalls VIP mode, here's your secret weapon, relationships. No, not with the brand, with the people. Smile, learn names, be genuinely kind. Cashiers, stockroom staff, managers, those folks are the gatekeepers of real intel. They know exactly when new shipments arrive, when markdowns drop, and if your favorite brand is about to make a surprise comeback. One viewer even told me their local manager gives them a heads up every time their favorite candle brand is restocked, because they're friendly, respectful, and once brought in coffee. Call it overkill if you want. I call it retail diplomacy, and it pays off. One last pro tip, watch for fashion codes on the tags. See a little label that says contemp? That's short for contemporary. Translation, this stuff is trendier, newer, and usually a little more style forward than the basics. It's not just a random tag, it's a signal that you're looking at what's hot right now. If you see the word fashion forward on a tag, pay attention. That's Marshall's not so subtle way of saying, hey, this one's on trend. No more digging through racks wondering if you're buying something that screamed cool in 2007. Spotting that little label helps you cut through the chaos and zero in on modern, current styles without having to play dress-up roulette. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest myths out there. What happens to all those yellow-tagged items that don't sell? Most people assume they just keep getting cheaper until someone grabs them. Nope. Most of the time, they disappear, as in off the floor and straight to Goodwill. That candle you were watching? Gone. Those shoes you swore you'd snag next week? Donated. So here's your final warning. Yellow tag equals final chance. You usually have a 3-week window, tops. After that, no restocks, no reorders, no second chances. This isn't Amazon. It's a treasure hunt. Blink and it's gone. But wait, there's still one last secret weapon in your Marshalls toolkit, the online store. That's right, Marshalls has officially entered the digital age. And this isn't just a dumping ground for leftovers. You'll find exclusive items, rotating collections, and yes, free shipping if you hit the minimum. Even better, you can return online orders in person at your local store. Try it on at home. No pressure, no weird dressing room lighting. It's like having the best of both worlds, convenience and savings. Here's the real bottom line. Marshalls isn't out to scam you, but they're definitely counting on you not paying close attention. The store runs on impulse buys, fast turnover, and the assumption that most people won't read between the lines. But now you do. You've learned the secrets, the price tag codes, the markdown timing, the magic shopping windows, and how to turn casual browsing into strategic wins. You know how to work the system instead of getting worked by it. So next time someone's bragging about their haul, just smile, because you probably scored better, paid less, and did it all without falling for the fake value trap. If this video helped you avoid buyer's remorse, saved you a few bucks, or just made you rethink that crooked zipper cardigan, hit that like button. Drop your best Marshalls find in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Frugal Pro, where smart shopping isn't just a habit, it's a superpower. Until next time, stay sharp, shop smarter, and never pay full price for fake value.